Hello, I'm Orlando Gaete, CEO of Driessen Catering Equipment. Customers do not buy products, they buy performance. In most industries, there's still a gap between what companies sell and what customers actually experience. Products are designed, specified, and delivered with a clear intention. But once they enter operations, the experience becomes much more complex. Customers do not experience a product in isolation. They experience how it performs within their system. They experience whether it slows things down or keeps things moving. They experience how easy it is to maintain, how quickly issues are resolved, and how well everything fits together over time. This is where value is created or lost, not at the point of delivery, but in the day-to-day reality of operations. And in many cases, that gap between intention and experience is still too large. This is what led me to define the concept of value orchestration and why it is becoming increasingly relevant across industries. Most companies are structured around what they sell. Their teams are organized by product lines, their messaging focuses on features, and success is often measured at the point of delivery. But customers do not evaluate suppliers that way. They evaluate them based on how they perform over time. Value orchestration is about closing that gap. It's the ability to align product, service, data, and partnerships into a system that improves how the customer operates on a daily basis. When these elements are connected, performance becomes more predictable. Issues are identified earlier and resolved faster. Processes become more efficient and complexity is reduced. This also requires a shift in how products are designed. A product portfolio cannot be treated as a collection of individual items. It needs to function as part of a wider system that supports the customer's operation. Each solution should contribute to improving performance across that system, not just deliver a specific function. This is what turns a supplier into a partner that actively supports outcomes. The shift toward value orchestration is already visible across multiple industries. Companies that lead their markets have moved beyond selling standalone products. They focus on how everything works together over time. Rolls-Royce in civil aerospace built its position by focusing on long-term engine performance, supported by service models that extend across the lifecycle. Apple connects hardware, software, and services into a unified system. In 2024, the App Store ecosystem alone facilitated $1.3 trillion in billings and sales, showing the scale of value created beyond the device itself. John Deere is connecting equipment and data across agriculture with a goal of linking 1.5 million machines to improve how farms operate. Customer expectations are changing. B2B customers are more informed, more demanding, and more willing to switch suppliers if they see a better experience. This means companies are no longer competing only on product quality. They're competing on how consistently they can deliver performance across the full lifecycle. After years on the airline side of the table, you develop a very clear understanding of what suppliers get right and where they fall short. You stop focusing on what is promised and start focusing on what actually happens in operations. Does the solution perform during a tight turnaround when there's no margin for delay? Does it reduce friction across the process? Or does it create additional steps? Does the supplier stay engaged after delivery? Or does support fade over time? These are the questions that matter in real operations. The difference is rarely about product specifications. It comes down to how well the supplier understands the operational environment and how consistently they stay connected to it. In aviation, everything is interconnected. A catering trolley affects fuel consumption, crew handling, turnaround time, maintenance planning, and life cycle cost. A cooling solution affects safety, consistency, compliance, and workload. A digital layer affects visibility, accountability, and decision-making. When these elements are not aligned, the impact is immediate and visible. Customer expectations are changing rapidly. Delivering a strong product is still essential, but it is no longer sufficient on its own. Suppliers are expected to stay connected to the customer's operation and to take a broader view of performance. This means designing solutions that improve multiple parts of the process, not just a single function. It means reducing friction across workflows and helping customers operate more efficiently over time. It also means taking responsibility beyond delivery. In industries like aviation, small inefficiencies compound quickly. Fuel alone can represent around 30% of operating costs. Every kilogram carried and every delay in the process has a measurable impact across fleets and flight hours. Over time, these small factors become significant. Customers are looking for partners who understand this and who can help create leverage across the system, not just deliver individual components. At Driessen, value orchestration shapes how we think about our role in the industry. The company has built its position through strong engineering, reliable products, and long-term relationships with airlines. Those foundations remain critical. The next step is to connect these strengths more deliberately around the customer's operation. This is reflected in how we approach our product portfolio. We focus on customized, cooling, connected, and lightweight solutions that are designed to work together as part of a wider system. Being part of CCE Group extends this further. It allows us to integrate capabilities across companies, combining equipment, cooling, and digital visibility into more complete solutions that support performance across the full catering process. Our Vision Zero Dry Eyes initiative with IceBridge is a clear example. By integrating cooling directly into the equipment system, we improve safety, reduce handling complexity, and deliver more consistent performance across operations. This is how value orchestration becomes practical and measurable. The standard for suppliers is evolving. Performance is no longer judged at the point of delivery. It is judged over time, across the full life cycle of the operation. Customers are looking for solutions that reduce complexity, improve consistency, and deliver predictable results at scale. This requires a more connected approach. When product, service, and system design are aligned, the customer experience becomes more stable. Issues are easier to manage. Processes become clearer, and performance improves over time. That is where real differentiation is created. Suppliers who can deliver this level of consistency and integration will set the pace in their industries. They will move beyond transactions and become partners that customers rely on. This is what value orchestration enables. And this is how suppliers become strategic partners. Thank you.